Right.
video that you were talking about. I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's just because we film it on YouTube Live, you just put the link into that. Is what everybody
I
does.
don't know. I looked on the other YouTube, so I don't know if it's on the new YouTube or on the old YouTube.
I know.
I couldn't find it.
I told him just post his papers that he had.
Right. It's just evidence that you did it, and it's fine either way. That's the hard stuff in life, keeping ourselves organized. So that's kind of the
Yeah, it
accountability
is.
thing. It's like, well, what date did you lead it on? It's like, I don't know.
Plus today, well, I already told Yasha I'm not gonna be in class tomorrow.
She's not having it.
No, because today's my birthday. So
Happy birthday.
thank you.
Uh-huh.
No.
Happy birthday,
No.
I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
And I really,
You walk right past.
no, I really told my mom last night, so I'm like, okay, I know it's my mom's birthday. I knew it was your birthday when I saw you. I
It's
wasn't
Perdomo's
expecting-
birthday,
I wasn't
too.
expecting to see you to class. It was. I'm
That's
so
hilarious.
sorry, D. I didn't remember that it was your birthday.
It's Perdomo's birthday too.
Mrs. Perdomo?
She was Friday and Mr. Perdomo's this week. So both of them have a birthday in a week.
Two Aries?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that scary? Is that big time scary?
Yeah. You never want to date your same sign.
Yes.
I guess it worked out for them too.
Oh yeah, you're doing Deacia's paper right now.
Man,
You're like, I quit.
bro, I just turned in a paper for her the other day. She gave me a 98 on it. I asked her like, what you gonna give 100 or something? Like,
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah, like what you don't give.
Yeah.
It's like,
You never give a 99.99999.
man.
That's how some people are though. They just do what they do. We were looking up different grants on Friday. No, that was Wednesday. That was on Wednesday.
This morning actually just told me some stuff. She said about me getting over, about me actually like classifying as a senior next semester. She was able to increase my loan.
Really?
to cover
How
it.
did they do that?
I
Like,
don't know.
I mean, I know it just means you have to pay back more, but I love how all of a
that's what I'm saying.
sudden,
Like y'all ain't doing nothing but add more to my loans, bro. But it's okay.
right.
It's okay. Like
But it's still weird that they're like, oh, sorry, you don't have enough. Now we do have enough. Like,
Yeah.
it changes on a dime. Like, why is it that easy for you to do? Because
honestly,
That's the
I think it was because like financial aid. I think like people weren't going to classes and like grades. And
Okay.
If you're not passing your classes, the financial aid not really affecting. It's not really affecting financial aid.
right.
But I don't know.
That is
What's
just weird.
in grades.
Yeah.
'Cause my loan just got released Friday, so I'm supposed to. Because they told me I'm supposed to be getting my refund today, but no.
Do they wait that long to give you all refunds?
Yes.
Bro.
We used to get them January 10th.
HBCUs.
We used to get 'em on
Get
January.
them right away. Like, UC said they get them like the second week of
Yeah, I
school.
was saying,
January 5th.
Yeah.
like, bro.
Once they pass that attendance stronghold check,
Mhm.
and
Once they show up for class, once they get past those 3 weeks.
yes, that's usually what it was. Because I would, one time I took out, in grad school you get $21,000 a year. Yeah. And so if you take grad school for 3 years for my MSW, and I took 6 years for my theology master's, and I took 8 years for my,
Theology, I had theology. I had heard that word, so
I had theology in high school.
I had theology in high school. That was, I went to Catholic school.
right.
Too. I
Oh, it's
got-
required in those.
Yeah, that's
One
what
of
I
my
said,
open
yeah.
enrollment classes was theology.
Did you both go to Catholic high schools?
Mhm.
What was your Catholic high school called?
Central Catholic.
ISD 11.
Central Catholic.
Cleveland Central Catholic.
Really? Is it like the St. Ignatius one? Are they like the big?
It's right on the street.
What is one like PHI and the other's like?
I mean, yeah. Like St. Ignatius, like you both like you gotta take tests in both of them either way it go. Cause I actually
They
like,
both
I
had
actually-
good football and cross
Yeah,
country.
like I actually graduated from a Catholic elementary school. So
Okay.
from that elementary school.
What was the name of that one?
Holy Name Elementary.
How do they?
Holy Name Elementary.
Holy Name.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy Name Elementary.
Okay.
So I graduated from there, and then when I went to my high school, they were like, "Oh, well, You gotta wait for your grades, we can.
I've been to 7 total Catholic schools.
Are you serious?
I got kicked out of a few of them. It was,
Back in Delmar, sure.
Soma kicked me out and St. Xavier High School kicked me out.
I went to Pius the 11th.
Okay. Then I went to Xavier College. That's Catholic.
Yeah.
Then I went to Xavier Graduate School. That's
Xavier,
I'm not going to no Catholic.
Cincinnati.
college. I'm not going.
It was a high school? Or-
Yes, St. Xavier is a dude from 1565 who was like in Spain. But they got an HBCU that's called Xavier somewhere.
Catholic college.
Have you heard of that?
was way harder.
Whenever I tell people I
Way harder.
go to Central, they bring up that they went to.
Oh, really? Because it is
Oh, well,
HBCU.
Xavier,
I would have been in the background like, nobody cares.
it's a school, it's an HBCU that's called Xavier University, but the HBCU, like they call it Zula, but it's Xavier.
And NOLA. That's
It's
why.
in-
Xavier University, Louisiana.
Yeah,
Because there's a Xavier University, Cincinnati. That's why.
yeah.
And that's where I went. So, you guys are right though. So this paper is, if done planfully, you're saying you have one due in 12 days and it's DeAsia's and you got to fight.
Yeah,
For the death penalty?
I have petition for her too.
Or you fight against the death penalty or for the death penalty or what's your,
Me personally, I'm in both.
right,
I'm mainly against it, but some people deserve it.
right.
Don't get me wrong, like some people.
But
deserve
doesn't
it.
she make it a position paper? That's where I'm getting at. She's like making you have a position on whatever it is.
She
It's-
made half position on gay marriage.
Okay, so hers was actually marriage. Okay.
We had to talk about the LBGTQ.
One other distinction is
Did I say it
that,
right? LBGTQ.
and that's the one you're writing right now?
Yeah.
So one other distinction is you can maybe get into this on your paper. Speaking of Catholic high school and whatnot, marriage by the state is different from a church spiritually recognizing it. Like if they don't want to, they have the freedom to not. And then the state wide, however, changed in 2015. It used to be illegal to have gay marriage until 2015. Now in 2015 on, obviously, it's legal in all states. It used to be like 2 states had it. Vermont, Hawaii, and Vermont, I think. So that could take you a whole page. I don't know how many pages you need in the paper, but distinguishing between state.
Yeah, it's like the way
Government.
it's like the way I did it, I just broke it into proportions and then like my ending, I'm gonna probably give like my perspective on it. Because I never really had a problem with gay.
Right.
Or, like,
Right.
I mean, as long as you don't come and leave it. I'm gonna let you know, like I don't swing that way and stuff, but if you continuously do
Right.
it, then that's when I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I never really had a problem with it for real, for real. Like,
Yeah.
So, and I feel like, the government should not have a say so in who you want to be with.
Some religions say you have to have the ability to co-create with your partner. That's why they've kept it the way they've kept it. And that's where their debate is. But statewide, it doesn't matter. It's just like, so you can get the benefits of taxes, you can get the benefits of,
Some straight people marry their gay best friend for
yes, right. And that's where it then
and they're
also
not criticized for it.
becomes dicey, correct? Yeah. It becomes interesting to go through all of those debates.
All right, so my birthday.
He always needs a charger, and on his birthday, he's going to get a charger. I don't care what you say. It's
Yeah. So
birthday.
shit. So should we go out to eat or should we go bowling bathroom?
She's like, wait, what?
Today,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it today.
You don't have any money?
No, I have stroll like
Let's have to go. It's
no,
all
I
right.
have stroll like an alpha practice. They said if we don't come today, then we get cut.
What's it called?
You-
Stroll like an alpha. So the fraternity, the first
Okay.
fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha.
I think you meant like an alpha male. You know, people talk about alpha males.
But they were doing the show, so basically they
Okay.
get a bunch of girls, and then we stroll like them.
Okay.
Pay or they respect. paying our respects to the men of Alpha Phi Alpha.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I haven't been going to practice because I've been tired. Practice has been from 10 to 1 a.m.
Okay.
and I'm not even getting my letters.
Right.
So why am I there? But we supposed to be having it earlier today, 6 to 8 or 5 to 7, but I don't know what they can decide.
That's what you thought this here is. That's the.
Yeah.
And so all I can do is like email users without submissions. And that's what it's asking for. It's just a few of you guys. But I feel like,
But it reminds me of right now.
do you guys know Bianca, Tori, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Tori.
Yeah, I feel
are they
on campus.
yes.
Tori lives in our building.
So that's all I do to send it. It just sends like that. And it just reminds you like do your shit and then you'll pass.
Yeah.
Like that's the and you already did yours, so yes, you can
So,
submit.
I actually did that. What's called too. I observed the group too, but I observed the group. I didn't like it. Like I didn't like the way they were talking. I didn't like the vibe.
Which one was it? What did you
It was an addict group.
like
mental health addicts type stuff. Like
where at though? Where was the
It was. I don't know. I forgot where it was at.
you went to somebody's agency
I
or
want to say
something?
Columbus.
Okay.
I want to say Columbus.
But that's one of the first questions. Like where was it? How was the makeup? How did they present
I
their
say
stuff?
Columbus, but I said I was gonna look at another one. Like, I'm gonna say me forever, but like, I said I wanted that little because
That's kind of like a
I
paper.
didn't
So
really want that to be like that. I didn't expect it to be like that. Like I understand y'all addicts and stuff, but y'all gotta understand growth doesn't revolve around y'all. It's not our fault that y'all going through stuff that y'all going through.
so do you have to still submit for that one? Were you saying?
Yeah.
Okay. That's observation. There it is. Okay.
I feel
Observe.
like it's different though, because that's how the world sees it.
Is it just you? No? Same thing. Okay. So
I'm actually trying to find like where to put it in at.
it's right there under assignments.
Practice.
It should send you a link when I send this. So this is my just reminder. I want for every possibility, reason, everybody to turn in all their stuff and get it done. So I do maybe
Okay, so
too many reminders.
Pick a week to lead.
That's an easy like 20 points. I just kind of like
I told you the week. I didn't actually like put it in.
if you write it in, you'll get points for it. That's what I'm saying.
And then the observation of a group.
So it's setting you up for the workplace. Like, can you guys do these tasks that are like paperwork related and like getting you ready? Because in the workforce, they'll be like, I don't give a damn what your excuse is. You don't do your paperwork, you don't get paid. Like at Lighthouse, they would never pay me until I wrote my note. They're like, that's cool that you're dyslexic and you can't write notes. We just won't pay you until you write your note. And it was like the harsh reality of the real world to me. Like, so go ahead and write it this weekend or go have fun bowling this weekend. It's your choice. I'm like, well, I can't pay for bowling if I don't write my notes.
Okay, so I was looking, I think, I know I change what I want to do for a job like every week.
Yeah.
You're probably tired of it.
That's okay. No, I mean, that's the whole point of school though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think I want my first job to be, I feel like I'm finally decided. I do think I want my first job to be like a caseworker working in independent living for teens
Okay.
and like helping their transition into adulthood.
Okay.
I feel like I would be really good doing that because I work with teens and youth back in one.
How much do they pay?
I think it's like 4,000 a month.
Damn.
Because it's like if I
48,000 a year?
So I think
Damn.
like, because it's a government job.
Okay.
So I was looking at it in Texas.
You need a license?
Okay.
Actually, you don't.
He's like, stop emailing me, man.
You actually don't need a license. All you
Okay.
need is at least like they said, you don't even need a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
So I think with my bachelor's degree and my license, they'll pay me more. But it's basically like just a caseworker job. Like anybody can do a caseworker job right now. But like I said, I think they'll pay me more and I'll be able to advance faster if I want to. But for social work, story time, Miss Nikita had this lady come in. And she was talking about how that was her first job and that she still keep in contact with the teams that she helped and stuff like that. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is like how close in age I will be to them. Because I'm gonna be 22 next year.
Okay.
And by the time I get my job, I'll be 22, and it's like they're gonna be like 18, 19, 'cause they'll be aging out of foster care. So
Okay.
that's like my only like. I don't know that they're.
Right. Yeah, those are kind of the difficulty when I worked with kids when I was younger, but that's who I wanted to work with first because I thought it would be just as bad working with adults. Like a homeless man, why are you going to listen to a 25-year-old talk about stuff if you don't think he's experienced life or things of that nature? So it's a good job to start out in because it pays well, first off. It does pay well. It's definitely something that you're qualified to do. Trying to think of the my first job was called therapeutic child support.
They're not living up there. They're not living there.
You probably need to do it on a computer. So, which again, I realize is one of those annoying hoops to jump through. I usually am not like a dick. If people don't have their stuff in, I often let them just take it incomplete if you need extra time. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
what Deandra said. Deandra opened up every assignment.
right.
She opened up she said, "I got well, I'm not missing no assignments." But she said it's like May 1st, I think, like May 4th. That's when she be closed and stuff because we actually have what the assignments do.
Okay. I think we have to submit for you guys to have an incomplete by like, you're right, the grades are due like May 9th or May 10th.
I don't have that in the way.
Okay.
It's really the paper that's killing me.
Well, the paper's all weeks. In fact, I failed research the first time I took it in graduate school. And on my transcript is still there. When I applied to this job, I got to show them I got an E in research. I never heard of an E in my life.
I don't even know that could be.
It's a failure. So at University of Kentucky, they got A, B, C, D, E. And on my transcript, I got an E. And I'm hoping because nobody recognizes what an E is, that they don't know that I failed research the first time I took it. But,
Or you could just go another day. It is Monday.
It's my birthday. I mean, what else could I do? Like,
I mean, you can do something on the
I'm going
weekend.
on the weekend. I'm going to the Curry on the weekend. I thought I told you that. Everybody knows that.
it's going to be a fun, interesting weekend for everybody.
I don't do anything for my birthday.
Yeah, when was your birthday?
October 3rd or homecoming week. And Spring Fest.
And nobody cares about birthdays on homecoming.
They don't care about nothing, man.
Ever.
School, though. I'll be all right.
Dang. I have the same thing going on that we are showing up to do Racial Disparities Conference in Columbus, and they were going to fund it, but if I don't get them, same deal. So if I don't get all my paperwork in, the hoops they want me to jump through, it's $450 to go up to Columbus and come back and stay in a hotel.
What?
Very exciting.
It's exciting, but ain't nobody like, what?
It's not enough, you're saying? Or it's too much?
That's how long you saying?
It's 2 nights, so it barely covers the hotel.
450?
And then $80 for gas, because they give you 55 cents a mile. So if we don't fill out all of that stuff, so even as a faculty, I have this day in and day out. If I don't fill
So
out,
they paying for the hotel and stuff?
they are covering the hotels. They want us to
You covering
go.
our food?
They're supposed to cover our food, but the conference feeds us.
You're a vegetarian. You don't, that don't count.
True. So you put in every last thing that you can. I have another conference in June that I'm applying for. And if I don't get the paperwork right, they don't get shit.
You get it right.
And a lot of people don't like jumping through those hoops. Therefore, a lot of people don't go to conferences, don't submit presentations or papers. Like, you may ask, why don't a lot of people at Central State publish? Because there's no incentive to do it. Like, you don't get paid, you don't get extra money. So I'm trying to like bring it back home to you guys, like the papers thing and keeping organized and doing all your shit, because you will get paid for it. If you learn how to get good at it, you will get paid out the wazoo to do all your stuff. As a graduate from here, Miami's offering $4 million of money for you guys to go to Miami. Did we give you one of those sheets? They're in my office.
I didn't get one.
Have you heard about it?
No, I know. I think it was it was somebody talking about going to the University of Miami for graduate school. I don't know if it was JL or he. I don't know. But somebody was talking about it. Yeah, we definitely talk more about that.
Yes. So like if you get your what's your overall GPA like? As long as you get a 2.5
I
to
say,
8.
yeah, I got like a 2.6.
Okay. So if you can rock out.
Because I can't, yeah. It's coming from the freshman semester.
Let me see if they give us any of these. So they're saying if I don't have the exact agenda of this conference by Monday. I think they're only giving me mileage from here to Columbus and not from my house, because she said she adjusted the mileage down from $120 to $80.
Why they adjusted?
They probably only give me Cincinnati to there is 110 miles, so there and back at 50 cents a mile.
To Columbus, 110 miles. That's only like 60 miles less than from here to Cleveland.
Possibly.
It is like Cleveland,
Right.
171 miles or something like that.
Right.
And y'all at 110 miles. I never knew Columbus was that far from Cincinnati. It's 2 hours. That's crazy. Don't even make sense. Because Columbus is an hour away from here. Not even, depending on you drive. Cincinnati is an hour away from here. Not even depending on you. It's 45. So I guess you can say that because you gotta drive Columbus to here, that's like an hour. And go from here to Cincinnati, that's like another 45 to an hour. So I understand.
So for example, well, let's see if I can pull it up here. This is what I've kind of taught with for you guys since because we'd always be like, why is it so paper heavy? Why is it so, you know what I mean? And I would get annoyed by it myself because I was horrible at it. And oh, that's not what I wanted. This is how we get paid. So if you ever decide to become a teacher, that you know what our breakdowns are, is it's all public information what we make. Like your tax dollars pay our salaries. So it is interesting to see it because it's like, oh, is that all the faculty make? And that's our contract. So again, tons of paperwork. It's 94 pages. We signed this contract. It's important to read through all of it. And sometimes you just get exhausted. You read like 4 pages and you fall asleep. You're like, but if you don't advocate for yourself, you ain't going to get shit. Like contracts rule the world. Like now, contract law, if you sign up for a job, You'll have a contract. They'll say, here's your responsibilities. And it's a two-way street. They'll pay you this if you do this. And you sign it, and it says you'll see 20 hours of clients every week, do your paperwork, do your mileage. And in turn, they pay you $50,000 a year or $1,000 a week. You know what I mean? Like, it's good money. So if you get, that's what motivated me to get better at my papers and organizations and shit that, yeah. You'd rather DoorDash for $1,000 a day, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I mean, but $1,000 it's not.
Benefits and vacation and paid time off.
But it's not. It's not. I was say, yeah, it's not that bad.
Right. But you're not a millionaire.
Yeah, that's.
Which in social work you could be, but
yeah, you never know.
I'm not going to find it. So here is she said, good afternoon, Dr. Trout. I'm following up to see if you've received the conference agenda this morning. I also need your hotel information. Finally, I adjusted your ground transportation from $121 to $81.77, bringing your RFT stands for request for travel, estimated to $456.77. Unfortunately, I can't move your RFT forward 4 signatures till I receive these documents. Thank you. Program Coordinator, Office of Academic Planning and Assessment, Central State University. And it's just a back and forth all day long. It's like, where's your paper? You know what I mean? And that's kind of why, if you guys can get that down before you graduate, I know you still have a year left. I didn't get it down before I graduated. That's probably why I failed research in graduate school. But if you get it down, you will succeed beyond belief. You'll be like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm working on that. It's.
But there's distractions galore. There's like, there'll be like a hottie who texts you, or there'll be like friends when we go out to go bowling, or there'll be, this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, I'll do that paper later. And it's just, life is life. So what do we prioritize? And that it does make it tough. I get it. Like, I waited till I was 42 to have kids because I didn't want responsibilities like that would take, all my distractions away. So let's see if I can just find it by scanning for numbers like this. So basically, here's what your teachers get paid. Haven't you always wondered?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. And this is public info. You guys can actually look it up. And you'll be impressed. I hope looking away for 1 second didn't mean I missed salary information. What would your guess be?
Professors, some are doctors. Oh, I say, there we go. See, I've never even 63,000. That's not bad at all.
Started though. That's full professor. That's what that is actually
How
what.
do you get there?
You always start at assistant, which this is actually raised to 48.5 now. So when we're brand new and you got your doctorate, some people got it with their master's. You start now; it's up to 48. This one is like 58, and that one is 70 for full professor. So if you guys ever wondered what professors get paid, that's what a lot of them get.
So how long did it take you to become a professor?
From assistant to associate, they give you 5 to 6 years. And then from associate to full professor, I believe you get another 5 years, which is 10 years. I call it tenure.
So you got to be here like at least 15 years.
Tenure. I always relate tenure to 10 years. It is about 10 years to get.
So what is the instructor?
You got like an MSW, which still ain't bad, but
it's not bad, but yeah,
it's still kind of janky with the inflation going on. Did you know this, Key? You did? Who told you?
Yeah.
Really? But she's doing adjunct, so what do they all get paid? I always get curious. But she told you how much it is to be a professor.
I don't know, but it's practice.
Right. If you practice, Nikita's job paid her $70,000 a year, and that's like, yeah, I think that's some real money.
That's almost 6 figures.
I feel like it's 2/3 of 6 figures for sure. And then the other catch here, if you're a professor, you teach a summer class, you get $3,900 extra. If you teach 2 summer classes, you get $7,800 extra. And then you try to get on grants too. So, oh yeah, here's the salary they give you for years of service. So if you get extra years of service, I was just doing, I'm getting on my soapbox to say, like, as annoying as papers were for me as an undergraduate, right now, I have this person hounding me And she said, "Good afternoon, Dr. Treff. I'm following up to see if you've received the conference agenda this morning. I also need your hotel information. We're going up to Columbus to work on a grant that's for racial disparities in mental health." And they said they would fund it. She said, "Finally," so I have to do all this paperwork to get it. "I adjusted your ground transportation from 121 to 8177, bringing your RFT estimated cost to $456.77. Unfortunately, I can't move your request for travel forward until signatures, until I receive these documents." So it's like all these papers that come due and like just the different responsibilities you have as a social worker in general. Annoying as they may seem, if you guys can get this crap down before your senior year to rock it out, you will be paid generously by like, because this, look how long our contract is for getting paid as a professor. It's a 94-page document.
Did Ms. McKee already get her presentation on food swamps and who does it?
That's Friday also.
Where is that?
That one is in Toledo, Ohio.
Do you think it'll be on Zoom, or I should ask her?
You could ask her if she could put it on Zoom. We were trying to make it on Zoom. They might try to get you to pay for the conference. I know, it's scary. So she's applying for funding for that too. She's got to drive to Toledo Friday. I have to drive. Oh yeah, so no class Friday. I guess that's the whole point of all of us saying all this.
Oh, okay.
No class Friday. How's that sound? I'll try to Zoom ours. Because Makina and I applied to that conference together.
This is my new self-care hobby.
That's pretty good. We need to do a presentation on that next. Will you dye the hair when you're done?
No, it's different colors. This is the only. This is the first. It's supposed to be like a wig.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a human. When you look at it the other way, it looks like a human. Like flip it. Or like what you have on the table right now, it looks like a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, after my long soapbox about papers.
How did you stay motivated when you were doing your PhD?
I was actually married
I'm saying, the fact
to,
that you went to school like 8 times is crazy, bro.
I was married to a family that my wife wanted me to quit. She's like, "You're spending so much time on it," but both her parents had their doctorates. And they're like, "You can do this, you can do this. We'll, edit anything you want us to look at, we'll look at." And I did something that I was interested in. Refugee resettlement with horticulture therapy. That was my dissertation. So if I had research that I despised, I would have quit. I would have quit so long before the miracle, it would have never happened. It's hard to stay motivated because they say 50% quit graduate school before they graduate. Mainly the doctorate, but like 50% just drop out. Because, like I said, how many distractions do you guys get every day?
I'm getting distracted right now.
Yes. Male or female?
Distractions, I probably. And I feel like females are distracted more though.
I know, I feel like they are too.
Yeah. Like they brain smaller than ours.
Oh shit, now you're starting shit.
But they say,
He wants you to talk shit back.
what was that one saying we say as kids? They say girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider, boys go to Mars. What was it? Key, I know you know.
To reach for the stars?
I don't know what it is,
It's actually
man.
girls go to college to get more knowledge.
That, oh
and boys
no,
go
it
to
was the other way around. It was the other way around.
Oh,
It was the other way around.
okay.
I've never heard of
It was the other way around.
That's hilarious.
it.
So, believe it or not, I probably already told you this, we had no text messaging when I was in undergraduate. There was no such thing. We didn't have Wi-Fi. All of our computers had to be wired. So when I started grad school, no, it wasn't until I finished grad school, then we got wireless and text messaging the same year. We had to pass notes and shit and go show up in person and go to events.
I don't know what I would have did if I lived at that time. I probably felt like I'd be better. Because I would be forced to.
Because you have less
That's what I'm
distractions.
saying, like, I would be
Yeah.
forced to pay attention. I pay attention now.
Right.
Like, even like on my phone doesn't mean I don't hear you.
Right.
But back then, like you would have more like I feel like it would be a lot more wisdom.
Hmm.
A lot of people would be forced to read books a lot more, or like, know what's going on around the world more.
Right.
Because it's what's called it told me it's been 139 mass shootings just this year.
That's like 2 per day, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying, and it's only the month of April.
She said, James is vomiting like crazy. I
She
need
said
you
like
to come home.
132. She's like 132 or something.
Is he sick?
I guess so.
Oh, you said well?
I don't know, but this always comes up on like a Monday. I'm gonna turn this off. And like I